Good morning, good morning. So I just got a comment from the YouTube handyman. And the YouTube handyman is just, you put you and then tube, T-U-B-E, handyman. It's not Y-O-U-E, but it's YouTube handyman. Commented and said I should do a video on my hair transplant experience. Oh, he actually brought up, you could actually, oh, it's getting warm in here now. You could actually go to overseas or whatever to go get it done for your hair transplant, be like half the price. I actually found out about that afterwards, but at the same time, I'm more quality over quantity, especially when it's your hair. I don't really cheap out on stuff that's important. I have plenty of Ryobi. If I can get away with it, I'm gonna do it. But I'm not gonna put Ryobi hairs in, I'll tell you that. I think the one, if you go overseas, you saying Turkey or whatever, it probably is, I don't know. I think it was like 7,000 to do that, and you know, I think that's including your plane tickets, food, the hotel, and then getting the hair done. But I think I've heard where you had to go get shots in your head, or maybe no, I'm wrong. I think it's a shot in your arm. But yeah, like when I got this done, my first hair transplant was I want to say probably about a year ago, a little bit over a year, probably a year and a month, probably. And first one cost me $15,000. It wasn't cheap. Wasn't cheap. I look at it as I'm the face of my company, so I need to look decent. Not saying people that shave their heads don't look decent, but I don't look pretty bald, so this is exactly why I'm like, I need my hair. Don't know what's happening. I'm losing my hair, and my brother's got a full set of hair. My dad's got a full set of hair. And all that good stuff. You can find out what I used to look like in an old video. I think the video is called, I did delete a lot of videos. I don't know if you guys noticed this a long time ago. But right around, there we go. But it's a little bit older. My hair could be a little bit better at that time. But it says 2 years ago. It says how to prevent foundation issues on my channel. It only has 201 views. Some of my channel was small. Well, it still is small, but definitely a lot smaller. And then you can see another one too, where I put bought a new toy drywall jack review. So when I built the drywall jack, didn't even use it once. Probably because I don't like doing drywall jobs. I bought it for future drywall repairs in my future rental properties that I don't own yet. Oh, I got off topic. So those videos, all you can do is see the front of my hair. Actually, I think the worst part was the back, because I was like totally bald back there. Totally bald. It didn't bother me none because I never seen it. But then there's times where I'm like bending down, and I know customers see it, and I'm just like, man. And I'm a short guy too, so it's gonna be easily seen. Easily seen. I don't really spend a lot of money on myself. I'm usually cheap. I spend a lot of money in tools. I don't go on vacations really. Maybe I should. But yeah, I guess that's how I justified it. We could always justify something, right? I need a hobby. That's what I need. Oh yeah, the picture of my face on my channel, right there. That was before I got a hair transplant. Before both of them. It's just good angles. It didn't look so bad, but it just goes back. And that was a good photo. That was taken, I don't know, could have been like 3 or 4 years ago. So this is my second hair transplant. So right now, you can see the hairs, but they're literally just stuck in there. I have to wear a button up because you can't pull something over your head because it's going to rip the grafts out. That's what I call them, grafts. So what's going to happen is a little time's going to go by, I don't know, maybe 3 months or something, or when the scabs start falling off, the hairs are going to start falling off. Then they're going to go into dormant phase. And then it's going to take like 6 months for the hair to grow through. Some are going to grow right away. Some are going to go dormant. Your full results should be good after a year. And they're saying volume, meaning thickness of hair, will be good after a year and a half. So I didn't even fully wait the year and a half after the first one. It's kind of funky to hear how the operation works, because it sounds totally ridiculous, and you just say forget that. Well, even at the money wise, yeah, like 15 for the first one, 13 for the second one. A lot of money. When I went in for the hair transplant, I went in there at 6:45 a.m. I got a pre-take, some volume, and what else? I had to get drove there. And it just, I don't really take volume. So me feeling this, it just makes it feel like you're, I don't know, in a daze, I guess. They try to comfort you the best. So they have this layout, I don't know, what do you want to call it, the bed. And then they have the headrest with a hole in it. Then they have cloth around it. You lay down, they have pillows you want to adjust on your body so your body's straight and you're comfortable. Then they start drawing on your head. I had them add some more hair, straighten up the front, and add the back again. This was 2,500 grafts. Same thing on the last one was 2,500 grafts. Just 2,500 hairs. Really, what the lady said, it was, you know, when they grab it in the back, it's really, those hairs, they have 3 or 4 each one, which I don't know if I say 3 or 4, maybe 2 or 3. She's like, really, you're getting, you know, like 7,000 pieces of hair when you're doing 2,500. She knows more than me, so yeah. So they relax you, and then they start numbing you up. This is probably the most painful part of the whole thing, because they're literally just giving you a numb, and it's just going all the way around, all the way around. And it just sharp pains, constant pokes, and you just hold through it. You hold through it. Eventually it gets numb, and then what they do is they got this machine, and it's just like think of like a straw, just goes over their hair. Oh, actually, and obviously I had to get my head shaved. I forgot to say that before I went in there. Or they'll just cut what they have to, and the doctor said they're no hair cutter, so it's gonna look goofy because they're just gonna cut what they have to. I'm like, okay. So that's why I shaved it. But yeah, it's just a straw. It goes in there and it just grabs the root, the hair, pulls it out. It's like, sounds like a vacuum or something. It's like zoom, 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 and you hear it just ripping in your head. Zoom, zoom. And and she let me know, she's like, well, if I don't answer you, I'm just counting. And I'm thinking to myself, count up to 2,500, man. I'm like, no thank you. Apparently she likes it. You know, she gets in the zone. Personally, I don't want to count the 2,500. The whole operation takes 12 hours. This one actually took longer because her helper wasn't there because they got stuck on a train. Not a train. Their flights got canceled twice. This lady, my doctor, subcontracts this hair transplant girl, and she just flies all over the place. So, yes, it's probably gonna be pricier like that because now you gotta pay, there's a middleman. But at the same time, I don't really care because I know it's gonna be done right and not trying to save money on my hair, which I'll have to look at for the rest of my life. So after all that, I think, I'm not even sure how they even do the front because I don't know how they're poking it. I don't know how they're cutting it to get the hairs in because all they're doing is they're taking the grafts out and they're sticking it back in. One at a time. One at a time. I don't think they're running that straw around. I just remember the back. And it's hard to even know what's going on because you're numb. You don't even feel it. And then obviously you want to ask a million questions. And you don't even know what part of the process you're even on. It just keeps on going and going and going. And actually the 12 hours ain't that bad. It went, so I was there at like 6:45 and I left at like, but it was late. It was late. Yeah, I'll say about 12 hours. It was late. It was like maybe even over. It was like 7:30, 7:45 when I left, since she didn't have her helper. So I wanted that second hair transplant because I wasn't too happy with the top outcome, and I brought it up to the doctor, and he was just like, well, Brian, I don't know if you remember, I told you on the top is the hardest part because the colic, when you start putting hair in there, it just likes to go everywhere. So that's why it looks that thin. So I'm like, okay. And then, I mean, my fronts were decent, but I was like, I'm going to get it all again. Just max it out. That's what I'm hoping. Not saying I'm hoping. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be good on the second one. I don't know how much hair I need. Also, they put me on this finasteride, which I was kind of butthurt when I wanted to go get the hair transplant. I wanted to try to avoid the medications and all that. And then he brought up the medication. I'm like, really? You still need to take medication for this? I should go do blood work. I didn't get any blood work done. And I'm over here losing hair and stuff. But he has me to cut the pill up into 4. The finasterides. And the pill's already so small anyway, so you're right at the time you're like, take a little crumbs. So it's like $10 a month. That's what he says. I think it's even cheaper than $10 a month because you're taking a pill, you're taking 30 days, and then you're chopping it into 4, so you're having, what, 3 months? No, 4 months with the medication. I think, yeah, it'd start cheap at that point. And I think I didn't even ask him why they even cut it. But your body, I'm guessing, only absorbs so much of the medication, so that's probably why he thought, or he does, you know, chops the pill into 4. And he actually also got the hair transplant. So that's what I was going off of him. I liked his hair. And he's been taking finasteride for like 20 years. Yeah, what pretty much sold me was that when the doctor was telling me how his brother didn't hop on the bandwagon with the finasteride. And I think he got a hair transplant, but the problem was I think he waited for so long that They didn't really have good donor hair. This doctor's like, kept looking at my hair, like, man, you have good donor hair. Oh, this is gonna be awesome. Awesome donor hair. And he's pushing his brother for him to do it, and I guess it thinned out. And it's still good, but I guess it wasn't as good as it could have been. That's what kind of sold me. I'm gonna try to delay it, if anything, or plan to have hair for the rest of my life. That's what I plan on. We'll see. We'll see. The scarring, I don't know. I shaved my head when my mom brought me to get my hair done. I didn't hear. I could have asked her, because when they, suck the hair out with the vacuum, if you want to call it, I don't know if it actually leaves scars in the back. When I shaved my head, I didn't see anything in the front. I have a lot of scars on my head in general, though, just from me bumping my head. I just lost a graft yesterday. I'm over here underneath the bathroom sink, and I keep on hitting my head. Keep on hitting it. And I scraped it. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, there's a graft. That was $10. Story of my life. Different hair thicknesses. The first time I went in there, they were only gonna do the top, the front and the top. And my sides are really thinner right here. So I had them add extra hair to right here. I made a mistake. I should have just left it, because now it grows in funky, because you got thick hair and then you have thin hair. I don't know if you guys can see that. My seatbelt on. A little goofy. When the front grows out, it's not the same hair as the rest of the head. So it kind of looks funky, because it's back of the head hair. They always grab the back of the head because guys bald from the top. So around here, guys don't bald. So they grab the hair that's supposed to last forever. I don't know if it's forever, but that's what they're telling me. That doesn't, where men are usually bald, and they grab from the back, put on the top of the head. But my hair like curls weird in the front, it's thicker hair. Once I put gel in it, you won't even notice. I'm guessing it does the same thing in the back. I don't see the back of my head. But yeah, all in all, I'm happy with the experience. Definitely happy with it. I'm sure I'll get my results that I want. I figured I'd make a video since the YouTube handyman said I should make a video, and maybe other people well, he didn't say this, but I'm sure other people might want to look into it, dive further into it, see what they want. It's stupid pricey, and I can see why people just shave their heads at that point, because it's like, holy crap. And then when you look it up online, I had to look it up online after I seen my first hair transplant. I was like, blah blah blah, how many times is it, can you get full, I don't know what I asked, but pretty much it came up to be you need 3 or 4 times to get the hair that you want. And then I brought that up to the doctor. Doctor was just like, well, it just matters what you're looking for, and not necessarily matters how far the hair is gone, because I'm sure I'm gonna be happy with 2. I was already almost happy with 1. But that's it. That's a wrap. Now I need to go upload this video.